Welcome. This is part 25 of John's spirit release about muscle testing of John's. I recommend that you listen to this whole spirit release from the very beginning through to the end in its proper order to gain the greatest human truth from it. But as freedom and liberty is very important within my physics, I recommend that you freely choose to do what you freely choose also. This is a spirit release, and so anytime I say the words I, me, mine, myself, or my, that's actually John, the human being, reciting that for my spirit, for our universal spirit, for the spirit of the all, or for the Holy Ghost if you choose to use that term instead. You can accurately muscle test me accurately on anything that I say now or at any time. So do accurately muscle test me accurately. This part continues from May 15th, 2014, and I'm starting now at, it looks like 1:02 a.m., and it must be on the 16th, or I'm not sure what date this is, because it goes all the way to the 17th. I think this is the 16th. Muscle testing, you can see, is something that is very important to me and to the all of health, freedom, pure truth, and strength, as well as to John, as muscle testing has given John much to be grateful for, including Aquarian Physics, simple relativity, our maintaining self, universal, and most importantly, my and John's soul's voice, which are actually and factually actually the voice of the all of universal health, freedom, pure truth, and strength. Living, existing, and breathing as human, pure truth, freedom, and free pure truth. Living, existing, and breathing as absolute human enlightenment, freedom, and whole human utopia, pure truth. Living, existing, and breathing within, yes, of course, what else could it be but the all of absolute freedom and whole pure truth. Because if you or any other still free breathing human being has not quite understood this point yet, to be absolutely free and whole pure truth, I, the universal spirit of the individual all, that I now have John speak and write about, and the individual spirit of the universal all, that I now have John write and speak about, as well as the all I speak and write about, need you right here and right now to hear, listen, right now. Right? That you and each and every still free breathing human being lives, exists, and breathes within absolute freedom and whole pure truth. And this is absolute freedom and whole pure truth. No matter if at this date, time, you or any other still free breathing human being factually and actually factually believes this absolute free and whole pure truth fact. Muscle test me on it. Accurately, muscle test me accurately. If you, muscle test accurately, if you and each and every single other still free breathing human being is actually and factually actually living, existing, and breathing always within me and the all, within the single solitary, one and only, always changing, forever eternal, never the same, momentary instant of the presently present now, where the all and I must always remain. But where you may consciously, within your mind, leave to enter a false state of illusion, which is the everything of disease, illness, illusion, falsehood, and weakness, as scientifically measured by accurately muscle testing accurately, and which lives, exists, and breathes always and only as absolute freedom and whole pure truth, which is just exactly why the everything of human disease, unhealth, illusion, falsehood, and weakness must always remain absolute freedom and whole pure truth. Within the all of absolute freedom and whole pure truth. Living, existing, and breathing within absolute freedom and whole pure truth. That must always and only remain living, existing, and breathing as absolute freedom and whole pure truth. And muscle testing, you can feel, is something that is very, very important to me and the all of health, freedom, pure truth, and strength, as well as to John, as muscle testing has given John much to be grateful for, including a neck that is no longer subluxed, a functional and practical basic design for a here, right now, right? For a right here and right now, absolutely within pure truth, that can be accurately muscle tested accurately. Am absolutely and within pure truth seriously, and absolutely and within pure truth seriously, factually and actually, and actually factually, factually and actually, and actually, and factually and actually, and actually factual, workable exact design for a hovercraft, anti-gravity, or flying saucer machine. Again, I am only asking you to right here and right now to accurately muscle test accurately if this last statement is actually and factually actual by verifiably and repeatably accurately muscle testing accurately scientific measurement methods that you can hear right, listen right. Now is the time, right? For you to right here and right now accurately muscle test accurately the human health, freedom, pure truth, and strength of this entire spirit release about muscle testing of John's and mine, his spirit, and of the all's, my all, and of your spirit, me, the universal spirit of the individual all and the individual spirit of the universal all. Again, please, 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 using precise and exact, strictly empirical, double-blinded, verifiable, and thus repeatable by to date's accepted scientific methods to accurately muscle test accurately me on this point and on the point of this whole spirit release about muscle testing of John's, mine, and the all of health, freedom, pure truth, and strength, living, existing, and breathing as pure truth, freedom, and free pure truth, living, existing, and breathing within absolute freedom and whole pure truth. And muscle testing, you can experience, is something that is very, very, very important to me and the all of pure truth, freedom, and free pure truth, as well as to John, as muscle testing has given John much to be grateful for, including now again, right here and right now, I am being absolutely factually and actually factual here and listen right now, right? Seriously. Now just look at our perpetual solar system, or spiraling galaxy, or expanding at accelerating rates of motion universe. For a free energy or perpetual motion machine design that is functional and practical and basic, as well John holds in return much gratitude for the spirit release about muscle testing of the alls and mine, yet released to John as he, while still free breathing, speaks and writes the spirit release about muscle testing of John's that you now are reading or hearing. And therefore, now be free by you right here and right now, accurately muscle testing accurately, just exactly what lives, exists, and breathes within human beings and humanity as human health, freedom, pure truth, and strength. Living, existing, and breathing as pure truth, freedom, and free pure truth. Living, existing, and breathing as the potential to actually and factually create the manifestation of absolute human enlightenment, freedom, and whole human utopia, pure truth. Living, existing, and breathing within absolute freedom and whole pure truth. Here, right now, right here and right now on our one and only planet Earth. Now being free too. Within absolute freedom and whole pure truth, accurately muscle testing accurately can and will, to an extreme high probability, allow and facilitate the manifestation of the creation of factually and actually factually absolute human enlightenment, freedom, and whole human utopia, pure truth. Actually and factually actually. Hear and listen right now, right here and right now within the all of humanity and the all of planet Earth, so as to now become one humanity and one planet, living, existing, and breathing as one self-life. Pure truth and freedom, living, existing, and breathing as one self-life, living, existing, and breathing as one planet and one humanity, living, existing, and breathing within absolute human and planetary enlightenment, freedom, and whole planetary and human utopia, pure truth. Living, existing, and breathing within absolute freedom and whole pure truth. Now becoming the you who you have always wanted to be within absolute freedom and whole pure truth, living, existing, and breathing on the earth that you have always wanted to live on, within absolute freedom and whole pure truth. Free pure truth and pure true. Freedom. 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 We will continue on, is what my muscles say. So a functional and practical flying saucer, hovercraft, or anti-gravity machine, accurately muscle test me accurately on it. You got muscle, you won't even hurt your little pinky. Do. Or don't, as you freely choose. It's your choice. It's your human health, freedom, pure truth, and strength. It's your choice. Yeah, I get a little serious, okay? For this is serious. Accurately muscle test me accurately. Okay, we're continuing on. The same one. Or new sentence. Muscle testing, for the very, very, very greatest achievement within human history, is accurately muscle testing accurately. For muscle testing, for the very, very, very greatest human health, freedom, pure truth, and strength, is accurately muscle testing accurately. For muscle testing, for the very, very, very greatest human pure truth, freedom, and free pure truth, is accurately muscle testing accurately. For muscle testing, for the very, very, very greatest human absolute enlightenment, freedom, and human whole utopia, pure truth, is accurately muscle testing accurately. For muscle testing for human utopia, enlightenment, strength, pure truth, freedom, and health, is accurately muscle testing accurately. When the accurate muscle testing is accurately muscle testing accurately. And therefore, now be free by you, starting right here and right now, to begin to accurately muscle test accurately just exactly what lives, exists, and breathes as human and humanity, health, freedom, pure truth and strength, living, existing, and breathing as pure truth, freedom, and free pure truth, living, existing, and breathing as absolute human enlightenment, freedom, and whole human utopia, pure truth, living, existing, and breathing within absolute freedom and whole pure truth. Now being free too. Hear and listen right, as in right now and correctly. And now right, as in right here and right now. Right, as in you understand that I am now having John write and say this so that right now you will listen or read very, very, very carefully and closely, because what I'm about to now have John write and say is very, very important to the all of health, freedom, pure truth, and strength, so as to bring the very, very, very greatest human health, freedom, pure truth, and strength to you, the individual human being, and to humanity as a whole. So, again, hear and listen right. Now, right? For what I, the universal spirit of the individual all, and the individual spirit of the universal all, who is the universal all of the individual spirit, me, and the individual all of the universal spirit, again, me, as I, the universal and individual spirit of the all, am then also the individual and universal spirit of you and John and each and every other still free breathing human being of humanity. Need and ask and plead of you is simply and only for you and the all of humanity to now be free, to accurately muscle test accurately for your and your family, your and your families, and your communities, and your nations, and your planets, and our universe's achievement of the very, very, very greatest human health, freedom, pure truth, and strength, living, existing, and breathing as pure truth, freedom, and free pure truth, living, existing, and breathing as absolute human enlightenment, freedom, and whole human utopia, pure truth, living, existing, and breathing within absolute freedom and whole pure truth, so as to now become factual and actual and actually factual, absolute human enlightenment, freedom, and whole human utopia, pure truth, living, existing, breathing as human, pure truth, freedom, and free pure truth, living, existing, and breathing as human health, freedom, pure truth, and strength, living, existing, and breathing within absolute freedom and whole pure truth. Pure truth and freedom. Freedom and pure truth. Now becoming the human manifestation of the creation of actual and factually actual, absolute human enlightenment, freedom, and whole human utopia, pure truth. Free pure truth and pure true. Freedom, freedom, freedom. To the human manifestation of the American dream, of the American way of liberty and justice for all, creating the second coming of America's and humanity's Independence Day. The all bless us all. And you all accurately muscle test me accurately on it.